back again for another review. This is the Oukitel C21, a phone that costs around $100, and for that we get the MediaTek 6771, which is a good chip, decent sized battery at 4000 milliamp hours, Android 10, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. And the box is pretty straightforward. Pamphlet full of nonsense over here, and the phone itself. So it comes with the case, and the case is pretty hard to remove because I'm currently removing the back cover. Okay, there we go. This have our case over here, and this plastic part. And now we can see that sexy purple. It looks really nice. Phones actually feel surprisingly light. Let's peel this, huh? You have something called a matrix camera, whatever that is. Okay, never mind, the back is not removable. And in the box, we have our charging brick. Comes in this little baggie, it's unbranded. Some ejector tools. These are my favorite kinds because they're the long ones. And our charging cable, USB-C, which looks quite decent. And here we go, this is our setup. The screen looks very, very nice. The punch hole looks nice. We have very slim bezels, even the chin is slimmer nowadays. So I'm gonna set this up and get back to you. Okay, I'm just gonna show you how the fingerprint sensor works. So we have our screen lock options. I like to do the pattern. All right, so touch the sensor, it's over here. Looks kind of strange, but you know, I actually like this design. Doesn't look too bad. So yeah. That was quick and easy. So here we go, the phone is all set up. Very beautiful display. Although in white background, you're gonna see a bit of, you know, black tint, but that's normal with these cheap LCDs. But nonetheless, this is a great display. And the phone, it's actually, you know, pretty responsive. Let's go to settings really quick. So, you know, 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage. We have the Helio P60 CPU. According to the product page and the box, this is rocking the Helio P60, which is a great chip. It's the same chip that's on the Humidigi X, and that phone is blazing fast. Although it doesn't feel as fast as this, so you know, it's fast. We're gonna keep using it, see how it feels. So if your concern is speed, you know, daily tasks like this, you know, browsing, Google Play Store, all that, you shouldn't have to worry. First up, let's test that fingerprint sensor. 3, 2, 1. Okay, that wasn't bad. 3, 2, 1. All right. Oh. Nope. Okay, so it has to be exactly like this, where my tip is. If it's slightly above, it's not gonna work. Which is understandable. It depends how you set up your fingerprint sensor. So yeah, fingerprint sensor is nice, reliable. You know, gotta get used to it, of course, because every phone is different. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely usable. And thanks to this bump, and it's kind of recessed over here, it's gonna be easy to find. You're not gonna have any problems with this. All right, it's been stuck like this for a while, so I'm gonna try and download the APKs. This actually gives us the chance to test the browsing experience, see how fast it is. So we're gonna do wind. Okay, it's already here. Tap that. As you can see, extremely fast. Loaded up the website very quickly. So yeah, just go here. Hate when this happens. Come on, show me the wrist so I can. Oh yeah. Okay, there you go. Now it pops up. And there you go. It's that fast. Huh, kind of stuttered there. See that? What a shame. Yep. Now what if we turn off ads? There we go. Okay, it's still lagging a bit. All right, let's turn one more time. Alright, so it's kind of lagging and stuttering, but it's not the phone's fault. It's due to a lack of optimization, so maybe it is the software's fault after all. It could be a million things. That's how Knife Fight performs. Every game may differ. Now let's try Wind Rider. Alright, so Wind Rider is running nicely. Okay, so Wind Rider is nice and smooth. It's a shame that this top portion of the display is blacked out because of the punch hole, but I'd rather just see the punch hole than this whole black bar. I don't know if you can turn it off or not. But, you know, does take away a bit from the experience, but, you know, nonetheless, the game does run flawlessly. Alright, so running around. Okay, I can throw stuff now. What's this? Okay, cool. I figured we can bump up the graphics, frame rate high. That's HD. Ah, that's better. Oh, nope. Stuttering. Wow, look at that detail though. Very cool. We're gonna see if these settings make the device stutter or not. So far, so good. Alright, so these are the highest settings that this phone supports. Okay, okay, there you go, stuttering. Alright, let's change it back to balanced. Nope, that was froze again. That was weird. Maybe I should wait. Let's land and see how it performs. I never test games this far, but it's interesting to see. So yeah, I mean, landed here, walking around. Honestly, it's not too bad. You can always lower the graphics if it starts stuttering, because you know this phone's not meant for hardcore gaming. But I mean, you could definitely do it, at least on PUBG. So yeah, is this phone good for gaming? Yeah, it is. Okay, the speaker isn't bad at all. The quality is decent. Maybe slightly below average because, you know, it's not really the best. Kind of a lack of bass and, you know, overall general quality of the speaker. But, you know, for a few $100 this phone costs, I mean, you really can't complain. The speaker's fine, you know. It gets decently loud. There's not much distortion. No headphone jack this time around, but we do have what seems to be an infrared sensor. I could be wrong, but yeah, speaker's fine for the price. All right, this is the camera. We have our typical settings. Our picture size, 20 megapixels. What about the main camera? 16 megapixels. All right, wait a minute. The front-facing camera has more megapixels than the rear camera. This is not a mistake. That is actually how it is. Very interesting choice. I mean, it's not a huge difference. Only 4 megapixels is the difference, but well, let's take our first 20 megapixel selfie. Okay, let's go outside. We're facing video on the Oukitel C21. Tops up at full HD. Actually looks quite decent. Um, no stutter on my end for the viewfinder, but the video does look a bit shaky. Doesn't seem like we have any sort of image stabilization at all. So yeah, walking around, it looks pretty decent. And that's how I look like with the rear-facing camera. First time I did that in a review. So yeah, front-facing video on the Oukitel C21. This tops up at 720p and looks the same more or less, apart from the fact we have less resolution on the front camera, which is understandable for these budget phones. See, right now I'm in the shadow. Let's go into the sunlight real quick, see how I look like. All right, not bad, not bad. Let me know what you guys think. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it. So should you get this phone? For $110, yes, absolutely. This phone has a great CPU, the Helio P60, which is incredibly fast and good for gaming. The cameras are decent, speakers are decent, display is nice, and those bezels are to fall in love with. This phone is just gorgeous. I mean, it is a plastic body, which is understandable, so it does feel a bit cheap in the hand. Cheaper than other phones in this price range, which are also made of plastic, but it's something that you should forgive because this one has a lot of other things going for it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to answer them if I know the answer, of course. And I will see you in the next review. Peace.